Hey guys, so today we're going to show you how to change a flat tire, and the reason why we're doing this today is because I hit a razor blade in the road earlier on, and I didn't change it out on the road because it actually sliced right through the tire and caused such a gash that I didn't have the opportunity to do so. So I got to ride back to my car and we're here, and so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to shift down to your highest gear, which is actually your smallest top in the back. And that's just for when you put the wheel back on, so you can remember where you need to set the wheel into what gear. So the next thing you do is you release the brake lever, and then you come over here and take the skewer off. And then the wheel drops out. When you ride, you always want to ride with a pack on the back of your bike. And this is the pack that I ride with. This is a brand that I like. It stays pretty tight. It can hold a lot of things in this little guy. So what I have in here, and what you should always ride with in your pack, are tire levers, a CO2 cartridge, and an inflator tip for that. You should probably put a tire patch in that pack as well. And you obviously need a tube. And a dollar bill is a good idea, and I'll show you why in a minute. And for me, I carry this good luck charm here, and it seems to serve me well so far. For those of you who have seen my other videos, I'm in a tight space here in my bike room, and I can't put the camera far enough back to get my head in. So you just have to watch what I'm doing this way. I'm going to take the nut off the stem. Obviously the tire's flat, so I don't need to squeeze the air out. Then you take your tire levers. A lot of people use these different ways. Here's how I use them. I usually just take one, and then I take my thumb and I peel the tire back from the rim, and I see where I can get that up under there. And then I just scoop it out so that I can get a grip out on the outside of the rim. And then I hold it like this, and then I use my one arm to pull backwards, kind of like you're skinning a potato. And you have to hold tight, and then this tire just comes off. Unless your bead's really tight, usually for me I only need one tire lever. If the bead is really tight, what a lot of people do is they put the tire lever under here, and then they use this part on the back of the tire lever to snap onto the spoke and keep that in place. And then they'll use the second tire lever and they'll get that underneath the bead, and then they'll pull from there so it doesn't keep popping back in under the rim. I never seem to have that problem, but I do. This is the brand that I like for tire levers, and I've used a bunch. This is Pedro's, and I like them because they're nice and thick and I can grip them, and they have that clip on the back if I need it. So once you get the one side of the tire off of the rim, just pull where the stem is and pull the tire tube, and it comes right out. Now a lot of times when you're out on the road, you can't really figure out what you ran over or hit, and you can't see the hole in the tire. So what you want to do is you want to blow with your mouth on the stem a little bit and get some air in there and see if you can hear where the air is starting to leak out of the tire. Now you can see here, that's not an issue that I'm going to have right now because there's a giant slice right through my tube. So I don't need to do this, but what I would do if I was out on the road is I would try to find where that air hole was coming out, and then if I found it, say it was right here, I would lay the tube right back up on my tire, on my rim. I would line up the stem with the hole that it came out of originally, lay it back right on the rim, and then I would say, okay, my air is leaking from, say, here. Alright. Looks like I have no idea what happened to the tire. If you have two holes there, that means you had a snake bite pinch. So you hit something and it hit the rim, and you probably don't have anything in the tire you need to worry about. It's just that you hit something and the rim actually punctured the tire itself. So, or not the rim, whatever you hit. But if you have something where you have a small hole and you're not sure if you left what you ran over back on the road or it might be in the tire, now you know where it is. So you run your finger in there, and a lot of times I found glass. So be careful when you put your finger in there, and make sure that this tire on the inside is completely clean, because if you put a new tube in there, you're just going to get another flat if you don't get out the particle or the debris that punctured your tire in the first place. For these rims, you're going to want to carry an 80mm tube. So what that means is the stem is 80mm long to get past the high rims. If you're on a regular wheel, you need a 48mm tube. You can see here that this particular tire is completely shot. That razor blade got me right at the right angle somehow. Man, when that went through there, it sounded like a gunshot went off. This tire is pretty much trash. If this gash was a little smaller, maybe like anything even up to like 5 centimeters or something like that, if I'm out on the road, that's the reason that I carry this dollar bill, you know. This is a good makeshift patch for your tire, not your tube. And what you would do is you would seat this in the tube, in the tire, like this. See that? And then you'd put your tube in and you wouldn't worry about it. I actually had to put a new tire on here because, like I said, that one was trash. And what you want to remember to do when you put your tire on is you want to line up the logo on the tire with the logo on the rim. Line up the stem with the hole, which is over here. Put a little air in there. It keeps the tube from twisting. And that helps to get it into the rim and keep it from sliding up under the tire when you try to inflate it. Okay? So, just like that. I like these Continental Grand Prix because the bead is nice and loose and the tire is nice and strong. Unless you hit a razor blade, of course. Now when you're doing this, you want to make sure that the tube is not getting pushed in underneath the tire and then coming back out again to sneak out along the rim. Because when you inflate it, you're going to have an issue. So you need to look for that. I've actually ridden away and not realized that the tube was out from underneath the tire and then gotten a flat again because it explodes. Okay, so the tube is in the tire, is on the rim, everything's ready to go. Which I'm not going to do here because I don't want to waste it. But you put your inflator nozzle right on the top of that, tighten it down, and then you put it on the stem and you use the entire cartridge in the tire, and that should put enough air in your tire to get you rolling for the rest of the time that you're on the road. I think everybody knows how to use a tire pump, so I'm going to cut this out, but I'm going to use the tire pump to inflate the tire. Once you get about 60 pounds in the tire, you want to, so it's half full, you want to kind of do what I said and make sure that that tube is not coming out underneath the tire. It's going to be a problem. And then if the tube is actually twisted in here, you'll feel it, you know, and that's going to be an issue too. So make sure that doesn't happen. And here it looks like it's not. Keep on going. The wheel's back on the bike now, so everything should be good. And you just want to shift into your middle gear there every 15 or so. Make sure that the wheel's going the right way. Everything seems good, the chain's going the right way. And you're done. Okay guys, thanks for watching our video today on how to change a tire. We hope that was helpful, and we'll catch you next time.